could have brought you here?
We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
This one's gonna be another quickie.
That's what she said.
And like I said in the previous one, possibly the penultimate episode of this show. That means second to last for the, how do I put this diplomatically?
Impaired.
If I don't have any ideas to enhance or evolve the gameplay of this series, this episode is more of a nod to the fan base. This video is, how do I put this?
Impaired.
Lineup filler. Because I'm not really that into Fire Emblem. For two reasons. I don't like fantasy. The whole wizards and knights and dragons and dungeons stick, it's one of my least favorite settings in fiction. Zelda is the only exception I make. I can't do RPGs, let alone real-time tactical strategy RPGs. I always get stuck halfway through and never fully experience my favorite part about most RPGs,
So many bitches.
the story. But even as an outsider, I can notice something the franchise needs. Like most of you other round eyes, I was made aware of Fire Emblem's existence by Marth and Roy in Melee. The series was exclusive to Japan for 7 entries because they thought we were too stupid
Impaired.
to play RTTS RPGs. However, the new fighter's popularity, coupled with the success of Advance Wars, ushered Fire Emblem's migration to the PAL and Nutsack regions, and an overstayed welcome in Smash Brothers. My proposition? Bring those old games to the rest of the world.
That idea may just be crazy enough.
Shadow Dragon was already remade for DS, but fuck it, it's the original, give it another one. Gaiden just got one for 3DS. SNES games are too sacred to remake in my opinion, so just give them a localization and pack them together as a trilogy. And since this was the first Western release, localize its partner piece, bundle them, and port it as Fire Emblem Origins or some shit. Another thought for those who do love a good fantasy story but can't stand or can't handle this type of game, I ask you this, would you read Fire Emblem? Cause I think it would make a pretty bitchin' manga. Unless you're not much for book learning and prefer the TV looky box, then just pretend I said anime. Speaking of which, I wouldn't mind novelizations of all the other great JRPGs I can't beat cause I'm way too...
Impaired.
Or not even novelizations if that seems too detached from the game, but those Dark Horse encyclopedias. Those things are fucking sweet. And maybe like a calendar with all the, you know, like a calendar. So yeah, that's all I got. If you're a big fan of both Fire Emblem and the Dopeman, I suspect this must have been a pretty disappointing episode. But to compensate, here's a clip of a cute little bunny. Ah, look at him. What a dude. Just duding around. Not a care in the...
殺し尽くしてやる